Alright guys, we're putting in water. We're going to fill the pond up and let it sit overnight. Make sure we don't have any leaks. Hopefully we don't, but if we do, we'll shop back all the water out and seal her up again. But hopefully we got all the holes and pinholes. It's been sitting for over a week. So, when all that fills up, we'll go over here and take a look at the pond. We'll take a look at the other pond, I should say. We had a little, if you don't know, a little crash over here. Killed off all our cyanobacteria, killed off all our algae, which basically created an oxygen depleted system, which basically everything just went to shit. So we had to do a water change. We added some fresh lab, lactic acid bacteria, and now everything's back to normal. Everything looks good. We got Digger over here hanging out. He had an isopod this morning. Everything is sealed up, so once we let this fill up, we'll seal it up, then we can turn the pump on. But we're not going to turn the pump on until we let this sit overnight. Make sure we don't have any leaks in the pond. If we had turned it on before we make sure we have any leaks, we won't know where the leak is. We won't know if it's coming from the creek or coming from the pond. So we fill the pond up first, we'll let it sit overnight. We'll see all this will be wet in the morning, and the water will be lower than where we leave it. But that's how we'll know. We've already made this mistake once by filling up the pond over there on the other side, and there we go. And we didn't know where the leak was. So we're going to be a little smarter this time. I estimate this is probably going to be easy 150 to 175 gallons. With another probably, what, 25 to 30 in the creek. We've just got to go get some more clay to fill this in. We'll pull out some of that dried concrete, but it wouldn't hurt anything to leave it there. Just cover the rest of this with clay, and then we'll be, well, after we run the creek and make sure there's no leaks, we'll be ready for soil. We've got the lights hung, so that's good. Haven't turned those on yet, but we will. We don't need to right now, but we got them up there, which was a struggle yesterday. Not because of the lights, but just because of not much room to work with. I mean, it's just overhead and my back are not friends, holding things up. We had to put boards on the ceiling basically so that we could put the lights where we wanted them, and even still I'm not even sure if they're in the right spot, but we're gonna keep them here for now. Let's see if we can get it better. We've got all of that covered now. So we've got all of that covered, all of this covered, all of that covered, and the middle. It's hard to tell from here, but got quite a bit of wasted light over here. That's where I'm, kind of not liking it, but we'll grow like the tomato plant over here, something bushy that we can pull over here that can grow into that light over here next to the door. And we can let light in, you know. But this is going to take a while to fill up. Turn it up a little bit. Definitely. So we have, you know, all the way up to that hose spot, which is about 21 inches from the bottom up, 22 inches from the bottom up to that hose. But then we have this wall here, doesn't come quite up to that hole. So the water will come up to about here on the edge of this. And then we can line some sand and silt up. We can line some sand and silt up. I think that wants to come on out of there. On the edge here and let it kind of wick up. Or not. Might not let it wick out of the pond at all. Might just let it wick right out of this creek here. Brink. Because we still got to fill all this in. Fill all this in with pea gravel, sand, silt, same stuff that's in the bottom of the bed where the reservoir is at the bottom in our E horizon. We'll put in the creek. That will fill in the space and give us the opportunity to put rocks in there and different boulders. We've got quite a bit of stuff here. You know, small round rocks, cobblestone. All these we can use to go into the creek. This different shapes. Get the water to come up and spin around. So we've got all this that can go into the creek. I'm pretty sure we're not going to leak. I mean, the concrete can hold water pretty well, especially if it's cured. But it will leak through and then corrode and all that stuff and then pick off, and pond shield is pretty much guaranteed. I've never had it fail or anything like, unless you just, you know, the only thing you got to watch out for is stuff running down the wall, like if there's a hole up in there, you know, getting it to stay up there long enough to cure. Which you just have to kind of keep doing it until it stays there. So we'll put sand, silt, clay, pea gravel all down in the bottom of this, along with a little bit of earth. So at the bottom here we'll put like some, basically we would just leave the organic matter, but we can put a little bit of dirt in there as well. And then pile that sand, silt, and clay up on top of that. And that dirt will give our plants something to root into. Now my next biggest concern would be that this pump right here is too big. I went one size bigger than the one over there, just because that one I have to run at like 10, 11 if I wanted to get, you know, proper speed. One puts out a little, you know, it puts it up there, it gets it up there, but trickles. This is the next step up from that, so I'm hoping that one or two. I'm just hoping that one doesn't blast it up, you know. I'm just hoping it's not too much power, but it's got to travel quite a ways to get there. so it shouldn't come blasting out. But we do have, you know, this rock here. We do have this rock we can remove. So this is where the water is going to come into and turn around. So it's going to flow in and hit the back wall and rise up that back wall and come flowing back and then fall down. That's the idea anyway. This rock here will keep it from splashing out. So it'll go up in there and come flushing around and come back. So hopefully the pipe is here, coming out right here, and the hole is, I don't know if you can see it or not, but don't want to focus. So that this goes down. So there's a little lip here. Water should come flowing back and then divert down, and the rest goes down and under and comes out from underneath here back down into there. It's kind of hard to see, but I forgot to mention this is a 21-year-old and up channel, so if you're not 21, please leave now. I don't know if that matters at this point, but maybe the algorithm will allow it. I haven't shown any of the plants, so I'm trying not to anyway. We're up above the pump. Wait till that light back there gets turned on. That Monstera there is going to go blow, just explode. It's gonna be stupid. And the only thing that doesn't get a lot of light is the pond here, and about from this hose on up around through here and that back corner over there. But residual from that is pretty close. But over here it doesn't get a whole lot of light. So we can do like an herbs, things that don't need a lot of light. The things that do need a lot of light we can put down here in the middle and, you know, right around this. So we can do like the tomatoes and the peppers can go right through here, like the onions and celery and carrots can all go through here. We can do basil and, you know, different things in the center all the way around here. So we can do more herbs up there, do aloe, we can do all that stuff up there in that corner where a whole lot of light isn't going to be beaming down. Kind of gets just that residual light, you know. So we should have, you know, eventually we're going to have it just all green, everything hopefully edible, herbs, spices, carrots, celery, tomato, cherry tomato, maybe a pepper. I'm not really a fan of peppers. They kind of give me indigestion, but my wife does like them, so we'll do it for her. This is solid. Oh yeah, it's all solid. All good. The only place I remember leaks is up there, over there, through here in the creek. We We got all of that really good. Told you it's deep. Camera don't do it justice. Show you. It's 23 inches, 22 inches, yeah. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, 22, 2 feet is where I was shooting for, 24 inches, yeah. So we got 9 inches in there now. Over here, you're looking at a total of 20 inches of water by 6 feet, so it's 6 feet long. Any of you math wizards out there want to tell me how much water that is? Doesn't really matter to me as long as we get the flow right. I can estimate everything else. Don't need to know the exact amount. We have a deep hole here this comes up to, so we can run water if we need to. If it comes down to it, we can bring this up, you know, fill all that in, bring that up some more, have a deeper fall into the water. We can bring this side this side wall up. It was the only couple of concerns that I had, and we can maybe bring this side wall up a little bit higher. They're pretty level right now, just doesn't look like it, but yeah, they're pretty level. But this here is just a little bit off, so we may need to bring that up just a little bit. But other than that, we're just going to wait and see. We can do adjustments as we play with the water. We know it's going to flow, fill all this up all the way up to here and then flow over. We know that. Once we start putting in the sand, silt, pea gravel, all that stuff, that level's going to rise up. We're going to bring all that up until it gets to a point where we'll have a couple of falls maybe through here. It'll spin. I'm going to get it to spin around through here. Hopefully we can get enough speed coming down the hill to get some action going in the creek. Unlike over at the other one, which just kind of dies off towards the end, and I mean it flows nicely, but we have to turn the pump up to like 10 or 11. Hopefully this pump will flow some water down that hole, down through there fast enough. That's why we went a little bit bigger on the pump. We can also raise, that pump has little feet on it actually, so it's actually at a good spot right there. But once we get the the layer of sand, silt, clay in there, that pump will extend. We can just bend it out, kind of set it on something. We can also pull it back a little bit, bring it up. We have a little bit of wiggle room back there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You see that? We got a leak. Let's stop it. So we know we got a leak. It's not above this point. Yep, there it is. I see it. It's leaking. We got a hole. We got a hole, folks. Somewhere right in here. Damn. This is why we do it. I see it. It's pouring out right there. Look at that. Pouring out. Right here. Right down in here somewhere. There's gonna have to do this side wall again. Yep. I can see it leaking good, spinning. Let's look around some more. All that water can go right into this floor. I mean, right into the thing. I'm not even worried. Tomorrow we can come in here and see about where that leak is, you know. If it's in the floor, we'll know it because the water will be all the way down to the floor. Looks like we're good everywhere else except for right over in that corner there. And I bet you, I bet it's right underneath that lip there. See how see that lip right there? Remember I was telling you, you gotta pull up on it and it drips down. That's probably what it is. So it's still, I can still see it flowing out. See it flowing out. It's coming up a little bit. You just can't. It's way down there too. It's probably right there. Yep, probably right up in there. Somewhere. Oh, nope, there it is. There it is. Yep. I feel it. I feel it. Okay. Good to know. I could actually use a little bit more. Well, no, we'll just fill it in. We'll just let it go down. We can get a bucket. Take that out. Sit here and watch it for a second. Alright, I got me a bucket here. I'm just going to take some of this water out. almost to it. Letting out all my heat. Or letting in the heat. Hell, it's 90 degrees out there today. Oh. Leak check. That's why we do it, right? Where's it at? Yeah, there it is right there. There it is right there. Big old hole. Don't know how I missed that. But that's why we do leak check. Crack check. Check for cracks. Oh, Jesus. I think one more and we're there. Although we gotta take it out anyway. Probably bring the shop back and get the rest of it out. Oh. We need a back check after this. Alright, we're well past the crack, well past the hole. I feel it might be another one just below that. Not as big though, I can almost put my damn pinky in that one. And that was a significant little leak too. Just goes to show you, I think you had it, I think you did everything right. Nope. Alright. Got it below the crack anyway. At least it won't all leak out the rest of the water. It's not leaking anymore. Come on, you piece of junk. Yep, the water has stopped. So, looks like we're good at the floor. We do have a leak. We were so close. Let's just hope the creek doesn't leak like that. I think I got the sidewalls. I thought I had those things smooth as shit too, and I missed it. Crack check. Well, that's it for that. We're gonna go to dinner. We'll come back in the morning or tomorrow and suck out the rest of that water. That way we can not have to worry about the pond shield setting up. But we'll probably have to throw a little bit more concrete down. It looks like a little spot there with my finger. I can just push a little bit of concrete in there, put a fan on it, let it dry, seal it up. But it'll be a couple of days of drying and curing and all that bullshit. So, but that's why we do it. So until next time, peace.